Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Lily. If not, thank you for coming back, and long time no see. I was on vacation for like 3 weeks, which is why I hadn't posted, but I'm back now, so stay tuned for lots of book videos coming. Today I'm just doing a little ultimate book video. I'm just gonna do a lot of book related things. I'm gonna read, I'm gonna book journal. I have a little book haul from the Shakespeare and Company bookstore in Paris because I went there on my trip and I filmed a little bit, so I'll put that footage in too. I'm just gonna like talk about what I'm reading right now, what I want to read soon, just a lot of chatting about books and book related things. So if that sounds fun to you, then let's just get into it. I think now I want to go sit outside and read for a little bit. Let's go outside. I'll show you what I am currently reading. So I'm outside now. It's a beautiful day. Literally, it's so nice out. And let's talk about what I'm reading right now. I'm reading kind of a random book. I feel like it's a book a lot of people read when they were younger, but I've never read it and it sounds fun. So I'm reading Inkheart by Cornelia Funk. And I'm like a little over 100 pages in, and I really like it so far. It's very fun. Like, the characters love books. Like the main character Maggie, and her dad, her dad like repairs books. I don't know, we're still like kind of getting into the plot, but it's very good vibes. Lots of like books, and I don't know how to describe it. It's just very kind of magical feeling. And I really enjoy that. So yeah, I'm just gonna sit out here and read for a while. Probably not for too long because I don't want to get sunburnt. So I just got bit by a fucking earwig. Earwigs bite? I'm just sitting and I feel this little pinch on my leg and I look down and there's like an earwig. This is why I stay inside, because there's so many bugs and I hate them. I don't feel safe anymore. Whatever. I'm back inside now because it was so hot outside. I did not last long. I literally read for like 20 minutes and I was profusely sweating. I got bit by a bug and there was a spider on my chair and it was hot. So I was like, I'm done. I'm gonna go inside now. I wanted to give a little haul of what I got at the Shakespeare and Company bookstore in Paris because I just recently went there and I was like, I have to buy something because this is like, it's an iconic bookstore. I'll put some footage in that I filmed from the store. It's all like outside of the store because you can't film inside, which I wish I could have because it's so cool in there. There's just books everywhere. Like, it's a very cool store, but you're not supposed to film in there. So I wanted to be respectful and follow the rules, so I didn't film. But I did get some of like the outside area, so I will put those clips in. I actually went there in 2019, but I didn't buy anything and I've regretted it ever since. So this time I was like, I will buy something because I just want to have it as a memory. And so I was like, what book will really embody this? Like, it couldn't just be any old book, you know? It needed to have some kind of like significance and correlation to the trip. So I decided to get The Paris Mysteries by Edgar Allan Poe. I thought it was very fitting because the store is in Paris. I bought it in Paris. I read some of it while I was in Paris, so I thought it was perfect. Basically, it's 3 murder mystery type stories that he wrote that are set in Paris. And so I'm like a third of the way through. I've read the first story and I'm partway through the second one. And the vibes that I get when I read this book are incredible. I feel like I'm a detective. I sound so delusional, but like this is just what it makes me feel. Okay, picture the setting. I'm in like a dark, like a study, office, library situation. It's stormy outside, and there's like a fire, there's a flickering light, like candle or like fire. And I'm just sitting in like a big like plush chair reading this. And it's amazing. Maybe like sipping some tea or something. But it's just like the best cozy vibe. So I'm kind of like saving it till it's a little bit more gloomy outside. But I'm kind of reading it a little bit slowly. Sometimes his writing goes over my head a little bit and I have to be like, okay, wait, what? And I have to reread it. But I was a little hesitant because the only other thing I read by Edgar Allan Poe is The Raven. And I was like 14 and I hated it. Like it went over my head probably. You know, I'm older now. Maybe I wouldn't hate it as much, but I remember really disliking it. But so it was kind of risky to get this, but I'm glad I did because I have been enjoying it. Yeah, I was debating between this book and then One for My Enemy by Olivia Blake, because that is like a Romeo and Juliet retelling and it was like the Shakespeare and Company bookstore. So I was like debating between that and this, but that book was like really large, like not just that it was long, but like the size of it was like a large book. So I was like trying to conserve packing space because I just had to carry on in my backpack. So I decided to do this little smaller one and I'm happy with my decision. And then I also got a journal, which I love this journal so much. It's red, clearly. It's like a leathery material and it has books all over it, like engraved, I guess you would say. There's like spines and I think they're real books because there's titles on them. It's just so cool. And then the pages also have books on them. Isn't that so cool? And you open it up and they like stamp this book too. Oh my god, that reminds me. I have like a ton of books that I need to do my little embosser on. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, I can't find it at the moment, but it's that thing where you like stamp the first page of the book and it's like, it says belongs to the library of, and then Lily Hall, my name. I have one of those. I have misplaced it somewhere. Not sure where it is, but I'm sure it'll turn up. But this is gonna be my next book journal. I don't know if I said that. This would be the perfect book journal. Are you kidding? It has books all over it. And I bought it at the Shakespeare and Company bookstore. That is my haul. If you are going to Paris, you definitely should go to the Shakespeare and Company bookstore. And there was like a line to get in, but don't be intimidated by that because it moved very quickly and we weren't in it for very long. So you'll be fine. So I am about to leave to go get dinner. But after that, when I come back, we're gonna have a relaxing night of reading. And I'm also gonna tell you guys, we're gonna talk about my TBR, like books I want to read this summer and just some books on my physical TBR that I'm like eager to read. I'm back. I want to talk about my TBR because I feel like I have so many. I was on a trip for 3 weeks and I really did not read that much. I think I finished 2 books only, which is like horrific. Like 2.5, but like that's like, it makes me sad. But I was traveling, so like it's fine. I'm not like upset that I didn't read. I just am ready to read a lot because I have ample opportunity now and I miss it. And so I'm like very motivated now to be reading. So like I said, I'm reading Inkheart And then I have, presuming I like that, which I am so far, I want to read Ink Spell, which is the second book. And I think there's a third one called Ink Death. And then recently I was at Goodwill and I happened to look at the book section like I do. And I found The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna in literally perfect condition. It's the prettiest cover. I've been wanting to read this for so long. I actually had it from the library and I like read a sentence of it every night and then I would fall asleep. And so I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm gonna just try to read this another time because I'm not giving it a fair shot right now. And so now I have it. I'm thinking that when I go camping soon, I'm gonna bring this. Some new releases that I'm dying to read. I want to read Love Theoretically by Ellie Hazelwood. I think that just came out. I really want to read that. And then I also really want to read, I think it's called What Happens After Midnight. I'll put it on screen. It's by K.L. Walter, something like that. The author of The Summer of Broken Rules is coming out with a new book. And I don't think that one's out yet. I think it comes out like more toward the end of June. But I want to read that so bad because I loved The Summer of Broken Rules. Yeah, that's what it's called, right? That was just such a fun time. It'll be like a perfect summer read. So I really want to read that. I was really wanting to read Meet Me at the Lake by Carly Fortune, but I have seen less than stellar reviews on that book actually. So now I like don't even know if I want to read it because like a lot of people haven't really loved it. People that have similar taste to me. So I heard this one detail about the book that makes me be like, I can't root for these characters, so I'm not going to connect to them, so I'm not going to care, so I'm not going to read the book. So chances of me reading that are pretty low now, sadly. And then I also wanted to read Once More with Feeling by, I think it's Alyssa Sussman or something. That just came out. And I haven't seen the best reviews on that either, which I'm sad about because the cover is so cute and I was just hoping that I would like it, but I don't know. I shouldn't have an opinion yet on a book that I haven't read. So we'll see. Maybe I'll read that, but it's not like at the top of my list anymore now that I've seen some bad reviews. And then lastly, something I'm dying to read. Hold on, it's at the bottom. This is not good. It's at the bottom of my TBR stack. I want to read The Infernal Devices so bad. I am just like, I miss this world so much. Like, I was in Europe and I was like thinking about the Mortal Instruments and like that world. What? Why was that what was in my mind at the time? Like, girl, you're looking at the Eiffel Tower, shut up. Oh my god, I'm so excited to read these. I loved Cassandra Clare's writing, and then the plot lines were just so good and like entertaining. I'm going to be reading these soon for sure. Like I cannot, every time I look over my TBR pile, I'm like, oh, I want to read these because I've had like a break from the Mortal Instruments for a while now. So like I'm back, I'm wanting some fantasy, and I think that these could be it. And I've heard wonderful things about these. Keep an eye out for all my ratings on these books that I want to read, presuming that I hopefully read them. I was going to do this whole video today, but now I'm thinking I'm going to continue this to tomorrow because I was going to read right now, but I'm so tired that I know I will just fall asleep if I start to read. And I never book journaled, so I want to do that in this video. So I'll continue this to the next day and we'll see what else I get up to be continued. I just book journaled for a while, which was nice. I need to get better at that because I keep forgetting to do it, and then it like piles up and I had like 3 books to do. Like I just need to do it once I finish the book. So mark my words, once I finish Inkheart, I'm going to journal it straight away. But anyway, update on Inkheart. I am on chapter 38, page 359. And I like it, but I'm not like absolutely loving it. I feel like it's a little bit like slow. Like some parts of it are being a little bit dragged out, but it's still entertaining and like I'm still enjoying it. I just think it could have been a little shorter, and like some things, yeah, basically some things could have been shortened, but I'm still enjoying it. It's still easy to read, and I really like the setting and the vibe, and I am intrigued to finish it and see what's gonna happen. Basically this book, a little synopsis. We have Maggie is the main character, I guess. She's like 12, and it's like her and her dad, and her dad has this power where, I guess, or like this ability where when he reads out loud, he can like read characters to life, and like they come out of the story, and then something from the story or from their life goes into the story. And so it's kind of like scary because like you could lose a person, which is something that has happened. I won't say too much because I don't know if that's a spoiler. But basically they're trying to figure out like how to get these characters back into the book because there's like some evil people. It's got like a dark element to it. I think I'm gonna save the second book for when it's like a rainy day and just like binge it, because I think that would be really fun. I think once I finish this, I'll end this video just so I like have some closure. But tomorrow I'm gonna go to the library, so I think I'll also include that in here. Since I'm doing a lot of book related things, might as well go to the library. I've been wanting to go and I want to see what they've got there. So I will see you tomorrow when I go to the library. Hello again. So an update on Inkheart. I finished it this morning and it was really good. I did like it a lot. I just think it was a little bit too long. Like some parts of it just felt a little bit drawn out to me. Like I was like, okay, we get it. I feel like it could have been this much shorter and like nothing would have been missing. But I did really like the premise and the story was really fun. I would give it 3.5 stars. And I do want to read the second one. I think I'm gonna save it for when it's like a rainy day. Yeah, I am glad I read this because I feel like most people read it when they were like 10. So I'm just like a decade late, but it's okay. And then to finish off this video, I have a big fat library haul. I can never control myself when I go to the library. Like if I didn't get this many books or more, what was the point? So I'm just gonna show you everything I got. So first of all, I'm very excited about this book. I need a few like beach reads because my family, we're going camping next week, and where we're staying there's a beach at the state park. So I wanted some beach reads to read on the beach. So I got this one. It's called Kismet by Becky. Oh my god, it is so hot in my room. Help. Anyway, by Becky Chalzen. The cover is so summery. I love it. Takes place over the 4th of July weekend. I'm just gonna read like a little blurb about it. It's a sun-soaked debut about love, sisterhood, and destiny, set in the glorious beach town of Kismet, Fire Island. Can Amy's marriage survive Joe's wedding? It seems like a perfect beach read. And then for another beach read, I got Summer at Little Beach Street Bakery by Jenny Colgan. This is the second book. I guess it's like a little series because I read Little Beach Street Bakery and I love that one. And this one just seemed perfect because it's literally called Summer at Little Beach Street Bakery. It's like a small town, cutesy little romance. But like there's more than just romance. I feel like the romance is more of like a subplot. The setting is like this little island off of England, and it's super cute, small town, good vibes. And this one will be set in summer, so I think that'll be really good for reading on the beach. And I love the cover, little macaroon, so cute. Then I got Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross, I think. Yes, I saw one person like say something about this and I was like, oh, I'm so intrigued. On Goodreads, it had a really good rating. What intrigued me was that this girl starts writing letters and they get into the hands of this guy and he's like her rival. But then they're like writing letters to each other anonymously, it says. So it's like they're enemies, but like they're not, you know? Yeah, so it's fantasy. There's like a war and like gods. I don't really know, but it sounds very interesting. And I think this is going to be the first book that I start from this bunch of books that I just got because I'm just very intrigued. Then I got Belladonna by Adeline Grace. I honestly have no idea what this is about. It seemed like I opened it up and like that was enough to like convince me that like I needed it. Because it just looks like
kind of spooky and like stormy.
I don't know what I'm saying. It's a gothic romance, it says, which I'm not sure I've ever read anything of that genre. I've heard good things. And then two more I actually got, they're from the same author. The first one is The Clockmaker's Daughter by Kate Morton. There's this group of young artists who want to spend like a summer just being creative and inspired, but then something happens, like someone dies, and then 150 years later this girl like uncovers all of this happening and like things seem familiar to her and she just like uncovers a bunch of stuff about it, I'm assuming. So I picked that one up. And then the last one, also by Kate Morton, is called Homecoming, and the cover of this is what sold me. Are you joking? And then also the like little quotes on the back from like what other people have said totally convinced me that I wanted this book. So I said, the perfect page turner for a chilly night. And then someone said, will make you remember why you love reading so much. Another one, you may not intend to stay up until 3 a.m., but there you are, turning the pages faster and faster, pretending the alarm clock isn't set for 7 a.m. Very brief summary of this is that there's some kind of murder that happens in South Australia. Quite a while later, this girl starts to uncover stuff about this tragedy that happened. So she finds a shocking connection between her own family and this notorious event. So it does seem a little bit similar in terms of like something happened a long time ago, someone new comes to uncover what happened and like has connections to it potentially. So these do seem a little bit similar, but hopefully I'll like it and then I'll like the other one too. I don't know which one I'm going to read first. Homecoming is kind of intriguing me a little bit more, so I think it might be this one. Those are all the books that I got, and I think that's going to be the end of this video. It's kind of been all over the place. I didn't really know what I was doing. I hope you enjoy doing lots of little bookish activities with me. I can't decide if I like the word bookish or not. I feel kind of dumb saying it sometimes. But whatever. That's what I did. I did bookish things, book-related things. I'd rather say bookish than book-related. Book-related sounds even more dumb. I hope that you enjoyed. If you like this video, I would really appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up, and you could subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss new videos from me. And hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye.